Hi, everybody. We are back. I'm so happy to be back with you, Divine Assets family. And if you're new here, my name is Sister Outspoken. I am your spiritual advisor, poetic lyricist, and transformational coach. My coaching is focused on assisting you with deepening your spiritual practice, identifying emotional trauma, and relieving it, whatever may be hindering your transformational process and growth. And then identifying your personal uniqueness that empowers you in your godly walk and what makes you powerful and makes you unique. So that is our focus, on top of making sure you are aligned with your systems and your body and in balance holistically. And this channel is focused on assisting you with tools that can be utilized as assets to ascend your godliness. So let's get into it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about inner child work, ancestor trauma, and a couple things that you can do as a part of your spiritual practice or ritual to assist you with that, right? Okay, so inner child work is being thrown around a lot, becoming very popular in discussion. There's various ways to go around it or to different methods to work with it. But we'll talk about what it is, a couple methods that I suggest that works for me and my clients. And then we'll go into ancestral trauma and how you can utilize it, the same type of rituals. Okay. So, inner child work is the nurturing and identification of issues and trauma that may have happened as a child, or your resetting and work of the pure and nurturing and attention to the purest version of yourself in order for that to shine out into your daily life. So both of those are inner child work. So we'll start with one and go to the other. So just on a regular basis, even if you do or if you don't have severe childhood trauma, we all need inner child work. We all need to do inner child work. And how do we do that? So whenever you're feeling off balance, whenever life gets too rigid, too serious, too draining of just all the adult shit, people are getting ill, people are transcending, job changes, working on promotions, taking care of children, who's going to be the next matriarch in the family, how are you going to get money, how are you going to save money, how are you going to learn this, how are you going to do that? So that's when you feel like that is when you need to do inner child work. So let's talk about the child in you. First off, a child doesn't have stress. A child doesn't have limitations. You have to give a child limitations. All it knows is that the world is amazing. Everything is amazing. Every opportunity to experience is amazing. The smallest thing, from just grass or a bug crawling by or an animal, is the most amazing thing. Tasting something new, smelling something new is amazing. When you put yourself in that energy and that mental state, you are doing inner child work and you're feeding your inner child. To go deeper into that work is to remember the things that made you feel at peace and happy and pure and innocent and just full of joy when you were a child. Rather, if it was painting, if it was just running in circles, if it was climbing something, if it was sitting with family watching a movie, if it was the arcade, if it was playing with your dog, if it was painting, whatever it was, that is how you nurture your inner child and you bring your yourself back to a space of peace and joy that has been implemented and programmed within your psyche and within your entity that is your human and your human experience. So to heal, and when I work with different practitioners and even do readings on people that are ill that I work with, something that always comes out is the inner child work. In order to heal, especially if you're dealing with a chronic disease or something like that, the only thing that's going to heal it is to enjoy life like a child, to find the fun in things when everything is fucked up, as if you don't even notice that it's fucked up. Because kids don't know. When you got bills overdue and you don't know if the light's about to be off and all those type of things, you don't tell the kids that. Well, if you do, then that's a form of trauma and teaching them lack and worry at a young age and they can't, in hopelessness, because trauma is a part of just feeling unsafe and hopeless in moments, because a kid can't go get some money and help you with the bills. So why are you telling kids about the bills you cannot pay? It'd be different if you're telling them how to handle money and how to put this here, this here, this here to help them in life. But if you're just telling them that y'all losing and we don't know how things gonna happen, that's trauma. So let the child be pure. So they have a pure space to go to when they're older. And they give that to children. So if you have spaces of purity, of fun, of joy, through all the whatever type of childhood you had, find that one thing that always made you smile, that always lit you up, that always made you feel safe and put a smile on your face and make you feel innocent and maybe a little silly or anything, and go do that. That's what you do. That's what your hobby should be around. Your inner child that makes you feel like that. Most people grow up and super happy to want to hurry up and grow up just to make money and have stability so that they can live life in freedom and have fun like a child. Seriously. So, but for those of you, now we're going to get into the other side, the shadow work, the darker side and harder side of the inner child work. If you were a person who make it harder for you to move through life, for you to function in life, for you to build relationships, for you to have a positive perspective on life because of things that happened to you as a child. If you were abused, if you felt dishonored and just abused in some kind of way, shape, or form, if just like you had no boundaries or no safety net, and you couldn't trust or depend, whoever it was that hurt you, I'm going to give you a ritual to do, to start doing your inner child work of healing and releasing that pain that causes you conflictions and attract something new into your life. I don't like to say attract, but materialize a new existence within yourself and your life. Go ahead and tomorrow we will be dropping another video that will be focused on visualization. So this will help you with that. Tomorrow, I might drop it sooner than that, so you already have it. Okay, so let's talk about this ritual. So first, what you are going to do is, whoever hurt you, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your auntie, your uncle, whoever it is, you are going to write a letter. Before you write that letter, because this is going to be hard, I'm going to let you know this is not going to be easy, okay? The first thing you're going to do is you are going to write down all of your emotions when you think about what happened that may have hindered your adult life. All of the emotions behind it, rather if it's angry, all the thoughts, rather if it's angry, if it's just sadness, if it's hopelessness, if it's disappointment, if it's just confusion, whatever it is, write it down on one sheet of paper. Just a sentence, a thought, just whatever comes to mind. If you gotta cry, if you purge it out, finish it. One sheet of paper. You're going to get a you can utilize a black or a white candle, actually. If you cannot find a black candle, I would say utilize a black candle. But if you cannot find a black candle, then get a white one. It's okay. You're going to utilize, if you're not used to doing candle magic, then you get some Florida water. If you don't have anointing oil, I make my own. I'm going to have that for you guys soon. If you don't have an anointing oil, use your Florida water. Cleanse your candle. And then you're going to fold up the paper. You're going to burn it somewhere where it's not going to close in the smoke and have your fire alarms going off. Think about that. Close to an open window or outside. But as it burns, you're going to say this. Because I like to, you light it with the candle. You light it with the candle. But what I do, is I like to say this. I have a little pot that can hold fire and heat, and that I utilize for my rituals that doesn't burn. So if you have something like that, something that is metal or something that can handle fire, then utilize that so you have something to put it in as it burns. So as it burns, you're going to just say, as this burns, I release it. As these words burn, I release it. I give it back and I release it. As it burns, it disappears in my life. I release it. And you're going to claim that. You're going to tell the universe that as it burns. And then you're going to take a white candle. You're going to blow out that black candle or whatever candle you were utilizing. And then you're going to take another candle, cleanse it. You are going to write everything that you are thankful for that person brought into your life. There was a reason you felt comfortable with that person, that you respected that person. And there's something positive that may have came out of that situation for you. Something that it did for you. And don't do it. And this is the tricky part. This is the tricky part. You cannot write anything on that paper that is of ill will. That is a slight diss, or like, yeah, you did that, but you know, something. It can't have that energy on it. No matter how many tears have to come for it, no matter how much you don't want to do it, say something positive about that person. And in a positive, you say something positive about them, and something positive that how in ways they affected your life. If it's your mother, you can't think of nothing but the fact that you like your eyes and you got the same eyes as hers. You know, your laugh, something that you're good at, something that they inspired. Even if it was they did something wrong, don't talk about what they did wrong that inspired you. Just talk about you being inspired. How you want to help people, how you want to protect. Whatever it is, you write about that. And then what you do, this is a little longer, is for 7 days. If you don't have a 7-day candle, which you should, I didn't say that. For the first part, you can use a smaller candle. But for the second part, use a 7-day candle. Or you can continuously light a candle, cleanse and light it. And you are going to read what's on that paper once a day for 7 days. You're going to read what's on that paper once a day for 7 days. And then when that 7th day is up, you're going to write another. You're going to write another before you write the other one, you burn that one and you say, as this burns, I accept this in my life. As this burns, I am purified and accept this in my life. As this burns, I am purified and I accept this in my life. And then you're going to write another paper. And on this page, you write exactly the emotions and the experiences you would have wanted that child to have. And don't say, I would have wanted this or I wish they had that. Don't do that. Say such and such, whatever your name is, or child, and imagine your face. You are this, you have this, you experience this, and whatever brings you joy and happiness at the thought of being a child experiencing that, you write on that page. And then for 7 days, you say it once a day. For 7 days, you say it once a day, and you say it with passion. If you can say it 3 times, 3 to 7 times, that's amazing. But you need to say it at least once a day. And you imagine that child and you give those words to that child. Like you sending it through time. And don't feel like this is goofy. I know spiritual work is hard, but it works. It works. At the end of the 7 days, you are going to burn the paper. And then you say, as this burns, I give it to that child. As this burns, it exists with that child. As this burns, it lives with that child. It lives in that child. You say things like that. Pick one of the sentences and that's enough. But that is what you're saying as it burns. And that is what you're giving your inner child. That is the magic that you're giving your inner child. To program those activities and those emotions into your inner child. And releasing what hurts you and accepting what is. And loving what is. And living in and being able to have those beautiful moments to reset to that you know brings you joy. That you know brings you pureness. And you give yourself what you always wanted in that state of pureness and joy and peace in your hardest moments of life. And the moments that make you feel triggered of what you went through as a child, you give your inner child that joy and that love and that peace. You go do that thing that you wanted that child to have. And you give yourself that. So that is one method of inner child work that I want to leave you guys with today. These are the kind of things that we discuss in our spiritual coaching. And we get more elaborated with in the course that'll be available in January. Peace and love to you all. That was your divine asset of the day.